Hello everyone, this is Nikhila Tikpannawar from Arihant Arts, Commerce and Science Junior College, Bowdhan. We are studying chapter Biomolecules and today we are going to learn about enzymes and nucleic acids. So we will start with enzymes. What are enzymes? A very large number of chemical reactions takes place in our bodies. These are brought about at physiological pH of 7.4 and a body temperature of 37 degrees Celsius with the help of biological catalyst called enzymes. For example, insulin, an enzyme secreted by pancreas. It controls blood sugar level. The enzyme amylase, it is present in saliva and it hydrolyzes the starch. Chemically, enzymes are proteins. Every living cell contains at least 1000 different enzymes. Most enzymes catalyze only one reactions or one group of similar reactions. Thus, enzyme catalysis is highly specific. You have learned that a mineral acid can catalyze hydrolysis of many types of compounds such as esters, acetals and amides. In contrast, an enzyme that catalyzes hydrolysis of amide will not work on ester or acetal. Now we will see the mechanism of enzymes, how it works. Action of an enzyme on a substrate is described as a lock and key mechanism. Accordingly, the enzyme has active site on its surface. A substrate molecule can attach to this active site only if it has the right size and shape. In this diagram, you can see the enzymes, its active site and substrate. If it is of proper size and shape, then only it gets attached to it. Once in the active site, the substrate is held in the correct orientation to react and forms the product of reaction. The products leave the active site and the enzyme is then ready to act as a catalyst again. Formation of enzyme substrate complex has very low activation energy. That is how the rate of the reaction is very high. Some enzymes are so efficient that one enzyme molecule can catalyze the reaction of 10,000 substrate molecules in 1 second. Several enzymes have been isolated from organisms such as bacteria, purified and crystallized, and amino acid sequence of many of them have been determined. In many industrial processes, specific reactions are carried out by use of enzyme extracted from organisms, and also by use of new enzymes made using genetic engineering. Some examples of industrial application of enzyme catalysis are conversion of glucose to sweet testing fructose using glucose isomerase, manufacturing of new antibiotics using penicillin G acylase, manufacture of laundry detergents using protease, manufacture of esters used in cosmetics using genetically engineered enzymes. So this is all about enzymes. We have seen the mechanism of enzymes. Please go through it, revise it once again, the lock and key mechanism. Now we are going to study the nucleic acid. One of the most remarkable properties of living cells is their ability to produce their replicas through thousands of generations. This become possible because certain type of information is passed unchanged from one generation to the next. Such information is called genetic information, and its transfer to new cell is accompanied by nucleic acids. There are mainly two types of nucleic acid: ribonucleic acids, that is RNA, and deoxyribonucleic acid, which is DNA. RNA is found mainly in the fluid of living cells, that is cytoplasm, while DNA are found primarily in the nuclei of living cells. Remember this, there are two types of nucleic acids. One is ribonucleic acid, RNA, and other one is deoxyribonucleic acid, which is DNA. RNA found in fluid of living cell, that is cytoplasm, while DNA is found in nuclei of living cell. Knowledge of structure of nucleic acid is essential to understand their biological functions, and in this chapter we are going to study the structural aspects of nucleic acids. So now we will see what are nucleotides. Nucleic acids are unbranched polymers of repeating monomers called nucleotides. In other words, nucleic acid have a polynucleotide structure. DNA molecules contain several million nucleotides, while RNA molecule contain a few thousand molecules. The nucleotide monomers consist of three components: monosaccharide, a nitrogen containing base, and a phosphate group. Nucleotides of both RNA and DNA contain 5-membered ring monosaccharide, that is furanase, often called simply sugar component. In RNA, the sugar component of nucleotide is D-ribose, while in DNA it is 2-deoxy-D-ribose. You can see this component D-ribose and 2-deoxy-D-ribose. D-ribose is present in RNA and 2-deoxy-D-ribose it is present in DNA. So these are basically sugar components of nucleic acids. Total 5 nitrogen containing bases are present in nucleic acids. 3 bases with 1 ring: cytosine, uracil and thiamine. These are derived from the parent compound pyrimidine. 2 bases with 2 rings, adenine and guanine, are derived from the parent compound purine. Each base is designated by a one-letter symbol. Uracil U. For uracil, the one-letter symbol is U. Occurs only in RNA, while for thiamine, the one-letter symbol is T. Occurs only in DNA. So these are bases in nucleic acids. So you can see this: cytosine, uracil, thiamine. A nucleoside is formed by joining the anomeric carbon of the furanase with nitrogen of a base. While numbering the atoms in a nucleoside, primes are used for furanase numbering to distinguish them from the atoms of the base. With pyrimidine bases, the nitrogen atom at the 1 position bonds with the 1' carbon of the sugar. With purine bases, the nitrogen atom at a 9 position bonds with 1' carbon of the sugar. So they have shown the D-ribose and cytosine, both they are getting connected. So in ribonucleoside, in formation of ribonucleoside, the 1 position bond, it get attached to 1' carbon of that of the sugar. So this is the process of formation of nucleoside. You can see very well how they are getting connected. So this hydroxyl group is getting attached with that of base nitrogen atom present in cytosine. This is connected in this manner in the ribonucleoside. Same with the case with deoxyribonucleoside. Okay, so the nitrogen atom at the 1 position which getting connected with 1' carbon of the sugar to form a corresponding DNA or RNA structure. Nucleotides are formed by adding a phosphate group to the 5'OH of a nucleoside. Thus, nucleotides are monophosphates of nucleosides. Abridged names of some nucleotides are AMP, DAMP, UMP, DTMP and so on. Here the first capital letter is derived from the corresponding base and MP stands for monophosphate. Small letter D in the beginning indicates deoxyribose in the nucleotide. So this is the structure of nucleotides AMP and DCMP, where D indicates the deoxyribose, MP stands for monophosphate. Now we will see the structure of nucleic acids. Nucleic acids, both DNA and RNA, are polymers of nucleotides formed by joining the 3' OH group of one nucleotide with 5' phosphate of another nucleotide. Two ends of polynucleotide chain are distinct from each other. One end having free phosphate group of 5' position is called 5' end, and the other end, 3' end, has free OH group at 3' end. So when they get connected, one end will be the free at 5' position and one will be free at 3 end position. So 5' position will be of phosphate group and 3 end position, 3' end position will be of the OH group. So this is the formation of dinucleotide and they have shown the 5' end and 3' end respectively. Okay. The polynucleotide structure of nucleic acid can be represented schematically as in figure. This is in last figure. Okay. The primary structure of nucleic acid is the sequence of nucleotides in it. This in turn is determined by the identity of the bases in the nucleotides. Different nucleic acids have distinct primary structure. It is sequence of bases in DNA which carries the genetic information of the organism. The polynucleotide chain of nucleic acids are named by the sequence of the bases beginning at the 5' end and using the one letter symbol of the bases. For example, the name CATG means there are 4 nucleotides in the segment containing the bases like cytosine, adenine, thymine and guanine. So C indicates cytosine, A for adenine, T for thymine and G for guanine in the indicated order from the 5' end. So this is a schematic representation for polynucleotide structure of nucleic acid and they have used a one letter symbol. So P indicates phosphate, S for sugar, B for base, PSB, PSB, PSB. This is the sugar phosphate backbone. Okay. So this is all about nucleic acids. Please go through this video and revise it 1 or 2 times so you will better understand it. Thank you very much.